Welcome to Claws and Convo. I am your host, Striker Chiguire. This is a show that tries to be worth something, but, well, it just cares. I suck at these intros, so I usually add Dante to him, but he's not here tonight. And as you may have noticed, I am in a completely different location. This is my apartment. And why am I here? Well, Dante had to work, and we couldn't use the place that we normally use as a studio. So I'm broadcasting from my apartment here in Centerville, Iowa. And why do I have a guitar? Well, I'll tell you later. But yeah. Put this aside. So, here in Centerville, it's going to be sort of an off show again tonight, because I can't do this show very well on my own. It's a show that's meant to have multiple hosts, and when there are not more than one host, well, it gets kind of boring, kind of lame. So I'm really going to be relying on the people in the chat room and any call-ins that might happen to keep the show interesting, because I suck when I'm all alone. Things get nasty. We'll leave it at that. And Hematite Bar. Hematite is now calling in. We shall take this. How's it going, Hematite? You're live.
It's going good. How's the sound?
It sounded good. You want to listen in through Skype?
Okay, we've got a bit of a delay.
Yeah, you'll need to mute the stream and listen through Skype.
Okay, we've got a bit of a delay.
You'll need to mute the stream and listen through Skype. I'm gonna fix this here. There we go. So what's going on?
Okay, Striker, I'm not getting anything through Skype sound on my end coming back.
Oh, okay. Well,
Okay, Striker, I'm not getting anything
if you
through Skype sound on my end.
want to go ahead
coming
and
back.
play with that a little bit and see what the problem is, and call back when you figure it out.
I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
Okay, I'm going to move. I'm going
Yeah, I'll
to.
call you back when I get it figured out.
Ah, that sounds good.
Yeah, I'll call you back when I get it figured out.
That sounds good. Okay, so well, he's figuring out that. Let's see, where was it? What was he gonna do? I'm gonna pull up a few YouTube videos. And this, what we got here is a video from space.
Us, they watching us. Everybody in the club, all eyes on us. All eyes on us. All eyes on.
Bring the action.
Copy. Looking at a slower wireless connection. Yeah, that was a video from YouTube user always furry, aka I think it's Space Wolf, Space Carrot. I've got who exactly that is. But
you blocked me on Facebook, and now you're going to die.
Knock me out.
But as you probably remember, we mentioned the a fellow who died not too long ago over in Indiana. His name was Lemonade Coyote, I believe it was, and this is a little tribute video from Rotten Egg Creations. technical issues.
My name is Tim McCormick. I'm an Eagle Scout, college student, and professional EMT living in Indianapolis, Indiana. I am a gay American adult. I have a brief but short message for you today. Even though I have most likely not, and probably never will meet you, I want you to know that it gets better. Regardless of who you are, regardless of your personal, academic, spiritual, professional, or sexual identity, regardless of your age, regardless of your background. The things that are happening today are only typical of the hard times in which we live. What I'm telling you is to keep your head up, keep your spirits high, and keep working at whatever it is you're trying to accomplish with your life. Because it will be worth it when all is said and done. If you don't have anything, keep searching. If you've lost what you used to have, keep trying. Life isn't a dress rehearsal. This is the real deal, and it's your time to shine. Right now. If anyone doubts you, prove them wrong. If anyone ridicules you, make them look bad, not you. Actually, no. Don't make them look bad. You're above that. You're worth more than stooping down to their level. You are better than hatred. And you are loved. Welcome. Welcome to It Gets Better 2.0. And please, pay it forward and pass this message along to someone who needs to hear it. And have a wonderful day. You're special and beautiful just the way you are. Whoever you are. Thank you.
It's a touching tribute. I never knew him personally. But, furry fandom really is like a family, and whether you really know someone or not, a tragedy just spreads. Really sad. So, guess I'll go ahead and move on into the topical discussion since I don't have anything newsworthy. As I silence Google Talk. There we go. So, yeah, furry fandom has had a huge impact on my life, and as it has for many others. I didn't, but it really hit me hard when, as I was leaving Midwest Fur Fest this past November. During the pre-show, I played a song by Bucktown Tiger called PCD. It's off his first album. And, that is the exact feeling. All the way home, I was just distraught because that was home. Even if I didn't realize it at the time, that was home. That was my family. You know. And you know, if you attended MFF 2012, you know, or any convention where the charity went up on stage and said the most heartwarming things, that hits you like a truck. It really does. And really, after that moment, after those closing ceremonies of MFF 2012, after hearing those words, that was just so much more of a connection. So, yeah. Anyway, Hubskid wants to give Andy from high school a shout out. So, hello Andy. Hi. So where was I? Ah, yes, coffee and tragedy. Yeah, so now even though I didn't know him at all, you know, all of a sudden it's like the family member that I never knew has ceased to exist, and it's, you know, I didn't know him, but it's still tragic. I mean, any human life, any life that's lost to tragedy is, you know, it's just terrible, but it's like a family member that I never met. There's still a connection. But anyway, I digress from this depression. Let's go to a happier video, which is also from Rotten Egg.
Trying to get first. Retiring the suit after this year. What? Kidding. What's up?
That's what I believe is for a connection more.
Caesar cam.
That's gonna be awesome on footage.
And this is called a Crafty Andy with a shitty piece of shit.
Whatever. Whatever.
FCN 2012, this is the most amazing con in the world.
85% of Niggy.
If there's any reason to come to Michigan, it's this right here.
Well, get going! Go! Fucking get out of here!
See you guys. Oh my god, Synthbox was spotted heading towards the Kurt Furry convention.
Oh no. Tell me, buddy. I see a camera. I want to beep the camera. Beep. Oh. Beep. Yay. Oh, I'm gonna do it again. Beep.
Perfect. You can give him a hug. Go ahead, fursuiter. There you go.
It's gonna be all weekend, isn't it? It's gonna be all weekend long, right? Are you gonna post it on YouTube or something?
I'm gonna post it on my own website. See, I'm bigger than YouTube.
You don't know that.
You know who I am? I'm Crafty Andy, bitch.
You know who I am?
You're a cute foxy.
I'm cute foxy with a squeaky nose. That's right. Hence, I'm a lot more attractive than
yeah, well, I have a squeaky tail.
Oh, that's really cute.
Yes, it is.
Ah.
Here, give it a try.
Is it here? Awesome! Double squeak action! Yeah!
My mama would be so proud.
I have no idea what they're saying, but it might be funny.
You.
I'm too drunk for your video.
You're too drunk for my... I think you're just drunk enough.
Maybe.
Oh, I can tell you're drunk. Welcome to the con.
Welcome to SCN 2012. You have competition.
My competition? He ain't competition. He ain't nothing here.
Yeah, apologies for the great metal lag. This is not the normal connection that we normally use. And yeah, so just hang in there. It'll iron itself out eventually.
BBF stealing my thunder. There he is, stealing my thunder like he always does. Stealing my thunder. Just see that thunder? He just takes it and snatches it away. Words of wisdom. Any words of wisdom for this?
What would you like to pass on to both? All right. Do not mix your liquors. Whatever you start with in an evening, finish with that.
I broke that
Take
rule
it from
already.
the man who at one time spent the night alternating between red wine and tequila. Don't do that.
I already.
Very wise man.
I can't see. Swallowed it all. He swallowed it all like a good foxy. Good boy. Good boy.
I don't want to break the camera.
That's not fun. That's not fun. Think you pro now?
Man, whatever. Unicycles are uncool.
What you have to do is open wide, and then lift your head up, open wide, and then insert.
Warning, warning, bandwidth low. Warning, warning.
Camera.
Yeah, I'm afraid that's not going to work out for me for some reason. I'm getting warnings. Bandwidth warnings. Warning, warning. Bandwidth low. Eject, eject. Don't eject, eject. So, yeah. Pulling YouTube videos might not work out. But anyway, it seems we had a little bit of problems with the with some lag, so Again, shout out to Andy. Thanks for tuning in. So, how's it going? In case you're just tuning in, I'm alone. And Dante had to work, so couldn't use his place, and thus we're here using my slightly slower internet. It's not slower, but the bandwidth is less. Technical terms. He's got about 6 meg up, and I've got about 1.5 on a good day. So, bandwidth could be an issue. Not for certain. And I'm not going to stop the broadcast to lower the broadcast bandwidth quality. Because I refuse. Awkward silence provided by yours truly. So, the Iowa furry community. It is growing. Growing quite rapidly, I might add. It seems like just 2 years ago, 3 years ago, there were no furries in Iowa. 4 or 5 years ago, there were no furries in Iowa. None. Just me and the few in over there by Cedar Rapids. That was it. That was all the furries. Me and the groups of Iowa City, Cedar Rapids. Which, by the way, is still going very strong. That's like the central hub, it seems, for the Iowa furry community. And it's all thanks to Novoa's awesome meets that he holds at his house. So, shout out to Novoa. I also want to shout out to Raver and everyone else over there running the Iowa Furry Association website. They've done a pretty good job of keeping that thing going. And we've got a good community growing there, so good job, guys. Good job. Yeah. The lighting kind of sucks in here. Fuck it. Alright, so what's gotta get the there. Now I can see the chat. I can see the IRC chat. And by the way, if you're watching this and you don't know what the hell I'm talking about by IRC chat, it's on the Anthro chat servers. IRC/chat.anthrochat.net/Claws and Convo. That is our new IRC channel. And it appears Hematite is still having audio problems, so I guess we'll just have to bring him in on another show. Unfortunately, but no big deal. I'll have to entertain myself. Insert suggestive thoughts here. Giggity. Moving on. So, yeah. I registered myself for AnthroCon. we are going to be staying a couple miles over, across the bridge, up the hill from the convention itself, and a little bed and breakfast type deal. And probably won't be doing a show. Not live, anyway. But we will be doing something around the grounds of a recorded show. I'll definitely be getting a lot of video. I actually just purchased this here monopod, which will work very well with my camera. I'll have both cameras. I've got my old Sony Handycam that is not only in standard definition, but you know, it's got good zoom and good microphone, which will do good for, you know, our doing like a basic show type thing. Which again, we'll probably do something recorded. And I'll also have my little HD camera as well. And getting a lot of B footage, and I'll probably put together some kind of cool little movie thing. I don't know. But we will be there at AnthroCon for the whole event, from opening to closing. So, you know, if you want to hang out with us for a while, be sure to let us know. Always need more coffee. So, yeah. So, what shall we talk about? Back to the subject of the meaning of furry, perhaps? Chatting in the newsroom with a guy. Chatting in newsroom with a guy you know and no, there's no real news this week. There's just what I have to pull out of the ether. As I'm reading through the Ustream chat that I'm not paying any attention to. Scrolling back to the beginning of time and space. Vast expansion began and filled this chat room that I'm not paying any attention to because I've evolved to IRC. Yes, back. Yep. I see now, Andy. You don't have the IRC client. If you're on Firefox, you can download a plugin called Chatzilla. It's a great little IRC client. Very basic, but works pretty well. Yeah, I try to catch up on stuff that I missed out on. Blah 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 blah. Yes, I do read the chat. At least the IRC chat. I have a personal vendetta against Ustream's chat because it forgets things. Kind of angers me. Okay. show. Anyway, yeah. This is going to be the dullest episode of Cloth and Convo ever because, yeah. So I guess since we've got bandwidth issues, we can still read emails, I suppose. So, you know, probably won't be able to do Skype very well with the bandwidth issues, but I can read emails. So if you've got anything, email to the link on the screen now. And Yes. So, So I know you, eh? So, Andy, I know you. I know you for real, right? Is that, what we're, I know who you are, then, eh? I know who you are. Thanks for watching, man. Good to have you here. Anyway. What was I talking about? I forgot. Never mind. Moving on. Stuff looks weird. So, yeah. I did bring my guitar, get my guitar, here, and, play a little bit before the show. Doesn't really have anything to do with anything in particular, but then again, it kind of does. Every now and then I'll do a, I'll do a little bit of improvised shredding over on my on my personal Ustream channel, and so feel free to tune in whenever. Every now and then I'll do like a live broadcast of me just improv shredding. Stuff like that. Stuff like kind of like what I was doing in the pre-show. But also, you know, I'm still trying to find a band. Still looking for a drummer, bassist, keyboardist, possibly maybe a second guitarist, for a power metal band known as Warcat. It's sort of a little project that I've been working on for a very long time, trying to find people who can actually play well and take it seriously. It is a power metal band. Not necessarily furry, but furry in not necessarily furry in context, but furry in target audience and community and so on and so forth. I.e., playing furry conventions and stuff. Because furries are the best fans ever. Let's be honest. So, and Hopskid's going off to look for news. Excellent. And yes, furry culture That's a very good topic to talk about because it runs very deep. And, despite not being around as long, I dare to say it runs deeper than the heavy metal culture. Despite being around it not as long. I dare say that. My mic cable just crapped out for a second. I think because I stepped on it. Anyway. The furry culture. The culture that is founded upon basic concept of the anthropomorphic animal. An animal that is human, or human that is animal, blended in such a way. Furries, they have what is known as a persona. And yes, I am paying a little bit of attention to the Ustream chat, just so don't worry about it. So, furries have a persona that often reflects who they are in reality. Reflects, sort of, in many ways, who they are deep down. Their deepest characteristics, their deepest traits, are reflected by their persona. That's what furry is. Then we get into the culture, the fandom. Fandom, that's more of a culture than a fandom. Ow. It's been around since the 80s. The late 80s. It's had its ups and downs. It's had a lot of bad press. But it's done a lot of good. Now I could go on for a decade talking about how the image has been ruined by media, by the what have you. Sort of been slandered, but that would take too long, and I'm too damn lazy to look up references and links and whatnot, so... But I will talk about how that has affected the community. And, this is where I like to compare it to heavy metal. In heavy metal, it was proclaimed to be devil's music. Heavy metal received a lot of bad press, but it united them. In the same way, the bad press that the furry fandom has received has, in a sense, made the furry community stronger. Part gorilla, part honey badger. That's badass. Yeah, that's awesome. So, the community now has... It's always been sort of a family, but now it's even more so. It's developed deeper roots, deeper meaning. It's become much more than an online community. Extended family. And it's all centered around the same interest. anthropomorphic. That's something I've been sketching out. But it boggles the mind how we've become kind of fans of ourselves in a way, fans of our characters, of each other's persona, and more than that, we have become this family, and it's hard to really comprehend how we've even bridged that gap. But bridge that gap we did as a community. And, I've noticed over the years that furries, and this could be just maybe it's an attempt to just to repair our image. Maybe it goes deeper than that. I'm guessing it does go deeper. But furry fandom has really proven to be more or less a humanist society. At least, well, it tends to be. It seems as though everyone is entirely aware of the human condition, and I think To the Ranting Griffin said it best when he said, by being more like animals, or like our furry selves, we become more human. And I can't think of anything that explains it better. Now, going a little bit further, it's hard to ignore that if you go to any furry event, any furry convention, you'll see all walks of life. You'll see the religious and the non-religious. You'll see every sort of gender orientation to ever exist. You'll see metalheads, you'll see techno geeks, you'll see... It's any possible... It's just the perfect melting pot. It's the perfect blend. Yes, humans are the only animals who refuse to be who they are, who they really are. And that is true. Yes. It's the only species that completely ignores the fact that it is an animal species. Thus, furries seem to be more aware. And that kind of brings me into the next point. And what I've observed is furries, the furry community as a whole, tends to be more on the secular humanist side. Secular humanist. That's something to think about. Even though there are many Christian furries, many Hindus and Jews and some etc. etc. That stays at the door. And a place and an environment as open as furry fandom is, dogmatic insanity simply cannot survive in the halls of the open-minded. Furries tend to be more generous. Is it a coincidence? Maybe. But yes, Harpskid. Of course I fell at this. I'm all alone. I'm not really much of a speaker, per se. I'm not much of a monologue guy. I need more coffee. Yes, more energy, more caffeine. That's what I need. Let's pick up a new container of coffee. I spent $17 on this Thermos brand coffee mug, cup, travel mug. Money well spent, I must say. And no, I don't drink Red Bull. I'm a Monster kind of guy. But coffee is cheap. And I grind my own beans. So it is delicious. Beans. And yes, a music video. Yes, I don't know if I don't trust the Ustream to survive. It might collapse my bandwidth if I play more YouTube. Anyway, what time is it? 5. It's almost 6 o'clock. Almost 6 o'clock. So we got, what, 2 more hours? Got another hour of this? 2 more hours? We'll make it work. We will push through and make this show go on. It must go on. The show. We almost ended up canceling it, but I said, screw that. I'm going on anyway. So here I am, and yes, it's... Should this be a full episode, or should this be sort of like a half episode? Like 8.5, because I'd like to do a little better build up to whatever we end up doing for episode 10. This is more like one of my little rant videos that's been stretched out for infinity. Yes. So, the different levels of the fandom. The fandom is like an onion. It has many layers. On the surface layer, we just have the fans of the art and the music and the creations of the anthropomorphic types. And then down deep, we have furries. I am this furry. Humans are all assholes. Fuck them all. I am a kitty cat. And it's fair to say most of their lives somewhere in the middle of that broad range. And, for some, it's like a religion. Personally, I see it as an alternative to a religion, because the way I see it, a religion requires some kind of holy doctrine, some kind of dogma, some kind of, doesn't really fit as a religion. And, yeah. Hematite says, I find some are fans that don't even realize it. My mom is a huge Winnie the Pooh fan and wears clothes that have them on it. So does that make her a furry? Well, that not quite. I would not say that wouldn't make her furry, as, it's still being... It's like asking if a brony is a furry. A brony is not a furry, because they're a fan of a show. Everything, they're a fan of the show, and only the stuff that is around that show. See, furries are a fan of furries. And that's it. Furries are fans of other furries and their work. That is what defines a furry. If only we had 8 o'clock coffee as a sponsor. Free coffee. But they're not, so... whatever. Brownies are just gay and not the good gay. Yes, Hematite. That is funny. So jump back to the other chat real quick and see if I missed anything important. Okay. So, where does this lead us? Where does this conversation lead us? Something. So we've got roughly an hour left. Roughly. And don't have news, don't have guests. Skype's not going to work on my connection, and so yeah, we're fresh out of material. So, people in the chat, start thinking of something to talk about. Something for me to rant about. I'm all ears. And, yeah, Skype is... I don't really trust Skype to survive the bandwidth capacity that we're working with right now. It will probably flash us warning, and it might end up making the stream lag like mad. So, I wouldn't trust it. So let's talk about this show, eh? Let's talk about the future of Class and Convo. Future plans to make the show better. Since we don't have anything else to talk about. Why not? Then we can end the show with me playing guitar. So, and this is kind of hinging on how things go in June or July whenever I end up moving, if I end up moving to Bloomfield. But if I find a house in Bloomfield, and if that house has room for the studio, that's where it all falls into. And of course, such a house will be rather expensive, so, you know, looking for a roommate to kind of help out with that, FYI. But if that all works out, if I have a place that I can afford, with a roommate to help with the rent and utilities and whatnot, help with the faster internet, then my plans... Then I plan to set up a set, a nice set that stays in place with monitors, and I plan to have everything networked. And I want to have a control room area where I can keep an eye on everything, switch things around, do all that behind the scenes stuff, and I'll have a desktop computer system dedicated to just broadcasting. And recording. I'll have another system set up, which will be dedicated to social media, Skype, and so on. Probably going to try and integrate Google Hangouts. That'd be fun. And music and videos will also be on a separate machine, which will reduce the processing requirements substantially. That's kind of going off the top of my head here. But the main system will be the brunt. It'll be the main workhorse of the studio. It'll handle broadcasting and streaming. It will be able to record off-site to a networked location that is offline and safe. I want to get a better version of Ustream Producer Pro, which will allow me to use multiple webcams and thus use different camera angles and so on. Or if I happen to come across a video mixer, then I might go with a video mixer and a bunch of different camcorders and whatnot. That's it's all up in the air. I'm still trying to think things through. And, I have all the monitors for everything and stuff, and all that cool stuff. Eventually have a wall of monitor like Paradox's, make it look like Paradox's studio. Just that wall of LCDs. Epic. Somewhere down the road. It's a long way down the road. That stuff's expensive. But anyway, I digress. I'm also wanting to have a shoutcast server, which will open the door for a brand new radio station, internet radio station, Strike Power Radio, something of that nature, which will also be streaming the audio-only version down the road. But, again, the main thing is getting that main studio's computer set up. And, if I go through with this move to Bloomfield, to move the studio, move everything over there, so we don't have to set up and tear down every week like I've been having to do. Well, we'll have better equipment, better condenser mics and pop filters and all that really cool stuff. And, whole bunch of fun stuff. Yeah. And we'll definitely have the upgraded internet. Yes, Ustream. Chat. I see that. Yes. Ustream. I see this. Yes, I was. Indeed, I was extremely obsessed with cheetahs back in the early days, way back when, and that is what's led me eventually into the furry fandom, looking for art and whatnot and pictures, because I was obsessed. I was insanely obsessed. So pretty, but yeah, it's led me into the fandom, and I never left. Yes. Yes. Yeah, T1. I don't know about T1 internet connection. That I'll have to look into. As far as I know, as far as I can tell, the if it is available, it's probably going to be very, very expensive. But I think, I looked at I looked online a little bit, and one of the companies, one of the ISPs, has an option for a connection that has 20 megs up, which is pretty fast, and that's like $70 a month. Which, it's kind of expensive. Right now I'm paying $40 a month for 10 megs, which is 1 meg up and like 20 something down. So stuff that's, if I'll have to do a little bit of looking around, do a little bit of searching, and yes, how did I become cross with a Jaguar Cheetah Jaguar hybrid? That's a good question. Good question. Well, my persona, like myself in real life, is a guitarist, and cheetahs, they don't have retractable claws. I mean, they can kind of retract them a little bit, but they don't have the sheath. So the claws are always exposed, and exposed claws and fretboards don't get along too well. Any guitarist any guitarist will tell you that long fingernails don't go well with guitars. So, number one, retractable claws, obviously. But also, the Jaguar has always been sort of a close second as far as my favorite animal. So, I've always felt myself to be kind of sort of have some similar traits to a Jaguar. Not as much as a cheetah, but still fairly significant. I like, just kind of run around at night, kind of being that sort of shadowy kind of badass. The badass. And yes, Jaguars are badass. And I've also always been a fan of parkour, which involves a lot of climbing and stuff. And Jaguars are very good climbers. So essentially what came out, what resulted was a Cheetah Jaguar hybrid. And it does affect my persona's fur pattern a little bit, as far as you still got the king cheetah dorsal stripes, the blotchiness going down the back. That's still there, and it kind of breaks off into sort of blotchy rosettes. And there's the collar markings and ending in regular spots. Not a significant change, but overall, Now, as far as the coloration is still overall more of a King Cheetah coloration. It's just markings that changed a little bit. And then I gave my persona lynx-like ears and ear tufts and cheek tufts because lynxes are, well, they're cute. Let's be honest. Just because. Oh, am I going to do interviews with Uncle Kage and the mayor? Well, I don't know about the mayor, but might run across Kage and if I see him sitting at the bar or something, I'll have to get a hold of him sometime in the future, in the near future, and see if he'd be interested in doing an interview. Though since it is his convention, he will probably be pretty busy with the media and insanity, so on and so forth. He is very cool, yes. And so it would be very interesting to see the mayor of Pittsburgh, what he has to say. But I was thinking that there is usually, from what I've heard, a big, huge banner at the Pittsburgh airport that says, "Welcome, furries." It's a safe bet that he definitely loves the furries at Anthrocon. Everybody loves Anthrocon. So, yes, other hobbies. But, yeah, my other hobbies, Now, what's there to say after furries taking over my life? But I digress. Yeah, yes, I do play guitar, and that stuff. But I also get into a little bit of photography. I'm starting to get into photography. If you watch me on DeviantArt, you've already seen some of my recent pictures I've gotten with my new camera. And I'm slowly getting into it. I'm also into parkour, which it's kind of hard to stay with parkour and get good at it when you live in a small town like Centerville. There's like nothing here. There's very little here to challenge myself with. Unless I want to get shot. I don't want to get shot. That sucks. This my DeviantArt is Striker King Cheetah. I shall link it in both chat rooms. That should be it. Oh, wait. That's not it. Yeah, I didn't get the whole address in there. So, if you're in Ustream chat, just go ahead and add a T in the middle of Deviant Art. It's supposed to be Deviant Art, so just add a T in there. Should be fine. There, fixed it. That's the one. Yes. That is the right one. So, yeah. This is really starting to slow down a little bit, so, yeah. Where should we go from here? So we were talking about future plans for the studio. That's done. Let's see, what else? What were we talking about? Talking about my persona. We were talking about my hobbies. I like photography. I like hiking and whatnot. I also enjoy a little bit of mountain biking. And if I have enough money this summer, I might get a mountain bike and ride the trails up here at Sharon Bluffs. Sharon Bluff State Park. They've got some great trails, and I usually hike them and probably ride the bike. Oh, fursuit. Yes, I would wear a full suit. They're expensive, and but yes, I would wear one. And one of these days, I will have a suit. Probably a partial. But one of these days, mark my words, I will have a suit. One of these days. I want one really bad. Yes, it's... I thought about just getting ahead. I thought about it. That's about half the cost of a of an entire or partial. At least the realistic one is. But, you know, of course I've got a tail. It's not a perfect match with my persona's tail, but yeah, it's close enough. But I thought about that. Still considering it. Awesome. Hematite says he's still looking for cheetah suits for me. That's awesome. Thanks. I appreciate that. That's. I think that's Andy. That's is Ustreamer 662186. That's you, Andy, ain't it? I'm assuming it is. It's a good question. Well, I would almost either a cougar or a wolf. Yeah. Yes. Either cougar or wolf. That's what I'd say. A gorilla wolf hybrid. Now that would be interesting. That would be badass. It'd also be pretty rare too. And you don't often see furries and ape furries by themselves are extremely rare because, you know, apes are kind of human to begin with. Almost. But gorilla wolf hybrid would be badass. Black. I'm not a furry, but not much. So keep in mind, I'm not a furry, and I don't know much about furries. But the gorilla knows something else. Well, that is the famous last words of the unconverted furry. You're gonna wake up in like a week or two and realize, oh crap, I'm a furry. Reminds me of a picture I saw. I don't know, those pictures I saw on Tumblr or something. Or just freaking Reddit. I digress. A gorilla with a wolf tail and ears and claws. It would almost look like a werewolf. Almost. Without the were. And more wolf, or more gorilla. Yes, your specialty would be wrestling bushes and pounding on trees, just like Bigfoot. Except cuter. Yeah. Better looking than Bigfoot. Slightly. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Good times. Yes, we have converted yet another. Yeah. Claus and Convo. Favorite show of the newly converted. Yes, Hubscape would like to see more prey animals. I could see where that could go. Get some backlight going on in here. 'Cause webcams suck for this. That's a little bit better. Not so whited out. Show the magic helmet. Shoot lightning. Yes, welcome to the show, Ann Slender. Welcome. If you're just tuning in, you'll notice that we're missing a few things. We're missing Dante, and well, we're not in the same studio. And as I said in the beginning of the show, Dante had to work, and his place was not available. And he said that we might have to cancel the show, and I said, fuck that, the show must go on. And so, yes, I'm here alone. An ape from the planet of the apes. I imagine you'd eat some funny looks. I would imagine. Because, as I said, apes, at least as far as pure apes and other primates, because they are so resembling of the humans, they kind of stand out, if you know what I mean. Yes, I do know someone with a badger persona, actually. I think her name is Dio. Or some... Is it Dio? I don't know. But, I met her at a meetup in Cedar Rapids, like last year, I think it was. Really awesome character. All cats have that special power. It's the natural feline ability. Epic cute. That's how that's how they lure their prey sometimes. They look all cute. Oh, look at the kitty. Look at the little tiger kitty. Ah, it's so... Ah! Ah! My face! But they also can be quite cuddly as well. True story. Yes. Speaking of devil kitten. Yeah, that kind of sort of reminds me of one of my characters, the Mighty Brig. This guy right here. Yes. Yes, he's sort of it's almost a secondary persona, almost. A side of me that kind of is hidden. He sits about this high. Red eyes. Not quite evil. He's not an evil guy. He's actually a good guy, but rather solitary. Brig does not see, doesn't talk, and doesn't really have any powers. But he can see a little bit into the infrared. Really neat character. But, yeah. Yes, I am wearing a tail. I always wear a tail for this show. Always. Like my persona is immortal. And Hematite is the Phoenix Bear, apparently. If killed, he rises again. So we got about 17 minutes left in the regular show. So it's closely approaching the end. So probably I'm going to stop recording here pretty soon. But I can continue to broadcast because what the hell. And in the meantime, I'm going to take a quick break and then come back and play some guitar for you. Yes. Close all these windows. I don't need these windows. Button. Where's the button? And we go. Break time. And yes, I do still live in these apartments. Still living in the old Shamrock Heights, yes. Yes. Beer. Very enticing. Yeah, why not? Just come on down whenever. I'll be right back.
Listen. There's only so many times I can sing this. I just break down. Asleep by the window, I retreat inside myself, the excess running down my cheek. It's hard to breathe, I can't bear the you know. Hopeful generations break, see myself alone and weak. It's hard to breathe, watching the grass grow. Mistakes and second chances squandered by a thoughtless hand. It burns beneath. I can't feel my blood flow. Watch it run and free itself from a body not worth making stand. It burns beneath. And as I watch you turn away, I know that no tear that I shed, and no word that I write, and no chord that I play will ever fill this emptiness. No.
Okay, I'm back. Well, it's been an interesting show. A little bit off from the normal show. Not as quite as insane as normal, but interesting. Well, to close the show, I'm just gonna play around a little bit. Well, that's a show. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back on tomorrow at a normal location, at a normal time at 5 o'clock Central. I am Striker. See you on the other side.